So for our power and total body work here, we're gonna be working some landmines to get started. So this is a little bit more core focused, but when we're working these landmines, we're thinking total body here as well. So we're gonna get set up with those feet, wider than hips width apart, slightly leaning into that into that bar, rotating through those hips. Notice how I'm pivoting on that back foot, squeezing that glute as I rotate, and then I'm gonna use those hips to pull up. Now also notice that upper body here. The arm coming across stays nice and straight. I'm trying to keep my torso as upright as possible. I'm leaning into it, but I'm not hip hinging. I'm not folding at the hips as I work this one. I'm gonna use those hips, deep breath in on the way down, yank that bar up using those hips to pull it up here. So we're gonna get 8 to each side. Now you can either do 8 on one side, then 8 on the other. I like to, as you can see in this video, I like to alternate side to side here. You also might need to reset your feet every few reps, so check that your feet are squared up. They tend to get flared out as we keep working those reps. So every couple reps, just check your feet. A coach will remind you as well. So 8 to each side. And then our second exercise is our monster walk sled drag. Now this one is deceptively challenging here. So you see you got the band around my ankles. You can go anywhere from the ankles up to just below the knees. And then you're gonna sit into that chair, trying to stay low. Wide stance as well. The wider you go, the lower you go, the more you're gonna work those glutes, and we're dragging that sled. Now also notice that tempo. Very intentional, slow steps here so that you can focus on your form. Now those glutes are gonna feel it even if you move fast, but what we sometimes will notice is that if you're trying to move fast, those knees are gonna be caving in on you. We're not gonna get the work done. And when all this is designed to get those muscles activated so that when we move on, everything's ready to go. So you're just gonna drag it one way down the floor. The next person will drag it back the other direction here. So again, weight doesn't have to be super heavy on that sled either, because you are gonna be feeling this in those glutes as you're working. So we're gonna get the landmines and straight over to the sled. We're gonna get 2 sets of those. Give yourself 30 to 90 seconds to recover between those sets. And then we will move on to our strength training.